Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning to the episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's second topic, the Ravens get some bad news. The Ravens did get some bad news. I was going to show it on here, but somehow it's not showing properly because once the wording gets brought down, it's unlegible. It's not legible. So I'm just going to read it off to you guys so you know. So the Ravens injury report came out for game time status for some of the players. All right? And one name particularly stood out when I read it. Right? So check this out. Now I want y'all to understand this. A lot of people saw the Keaton Mitchell, right? And it said questionable, and they was on some praise God, he's coming back, right? As fast as that happened, tight end Isaiah Likely has been ruled totally out for this game. He did not practice Monday, Tuesday, nor Wednesday, and I'm hearing that it's hamstring. Remember when we saw him on special teams that we were like, what's Likely doing out on special teams? Like he got hurt on special teams. So Likely is out for this game. And some of y'all might be like, oh, because I know y'all going to pivot. Because when I say stuff, it's like y'all ready to argue back with me. And I know I got that energy, so I know y'all try to combat that energy. But don't worry. What we call this is the dream shake. Double pivot. Double pivot. So on top of Likely being out, and I know y'all going to say like, oh, we have Mark Andrews and Kolar. No big deal. On top of that, to exacerbate the problem, this is now happening. Yes, because you know how the NFL likes to make Baltimore games as drama-filled as possible. Yes, the highest flag rate crew in the entire NFL will be working the Bengals and Ravens Thursday night on Prime TV. Yeah. It almost does a great work that the commissioner's in the picture with this man, right? So, listen. So on top of like our other playmaking tight end, long ball, yak, tight end playmaker, right? I think they're there to combat Derrick Henry. Because I think y'all remember that one game. I don't know which one it was. I think it was like in our first 3 games. Where it was one of the times in one of the first 3 games where they backed us up. They backed us up like 4 or 5 times on the same drive. It was like we were at the 5, then they did a flag. 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 And all of a sudden we're almost at midfield. You know what I'm saying? And I truly do believe the NFL loves drama-filled games. And they know drama-filled Raven games. People love it. People they clamor for it. They turn on their sets. They try to catch the highlights. They do all that stuff. And they're fueling it. And this is how they're doing it. Now, we're going to be sitting on the edge of our seats, heart palpitating and stuff like that, because of the foolishness that's going to take place on Thursday Night Football. And mind you, for anybody that's saying, oh, Nitro, I'm over-exaggerating on this, I'm waiting for some of you guys. Because I know which ones of y'all are going to do it, right? Y'all remember during the playoffs when we faced the Kansas City Chiefs and a similar report came out about the referees and the referees' habit of going very hard on the home team and calling very specific calls consistently 2-3 times in the game, and the man came out there and did that multiple times in the game, and then they called out one of them on the Chiefs, even though he's on the Chiefs do it 10 or 12 times. So for anybody out there that's going to try to argue like I don't know what I'm talking about, bring your face close to the screen. Bring it real close. I'm going to rearrange all your teeth like, oh! It's ridiculous, man. And I get it. The drama sells. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't oxygen. This ain't Lifetime movies. This ain't Tyler Perry Studios. I could do without the drama. And now we're going out with one of our big weapons. Even though he's not been being used heavily, right? Outside of Zay and Bateman, name somebody that's had a game like Isaiah on this team. You can't. Isaiah has been consistently one of the best playmakers on this team. There's just so many mouths to feed that he's not getting featured, even though I believe he should be featured. I believe it should be Zay and him, and then everyone trickles down after that, if you want some of my 2 cents. But this is a problem. I'm telling y'all this is a problem. So anytime, I'm telling y'all, you're going to see Derrick Henry run for a 50-yard run, they're going to call it back. They're going to call it back. Or you're going to see him run for a 40-yard run, call it back. And you're going to be like, what? Illegal formation. They're going to check it. They're not in illegal formation. I don't know what they're seeing. Hold. Like, there's no hold. That's seems like a questionable call, guys. I'm telling y'all. And now we're also down one of our weapons, on top of not addressing the O-line. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with moving forward, guys. And that I think they want it to be closer than what it is. Because like I tried to tell y'all before, Joe Burrow's representatives are working overtime, bro. Because nobody wants to see the Baltimore Ravens. At least they don't want to see the Baltimore Ravens. Even though the Bengals are not in contention and stuff like right now, they don't want to see us blow them out. Because usually on blowouts, unless it's for like the home team or it's just like exciting plays, like highlight, people will be like, oh man, they're getting blown out. All right, I'm turning this off. And then they'll turn off. They might revisit it after halftime to see if anything changed. Or they might just follow up with it on the score on their phones. I'm telling y'all. They were brought in to negate Derrick Henry. Because we already know the Bengals have trouble with Derrick Henry. So they brought that in there. So this is going to be solely on Lamar's arm. And on top of it being on Lamar's arm, they got one of the best pass rushers out there, who the 2 teams we've lost to has had 2 of the best pass rushers in the game. Crosby and Myles Garrett wreaking havoc across the line. And now we're going against another one who now is going to be pinning his ears back because Lamar's going to be flinging the football. Because they're going to, I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna put us in the 2-minute drill all the time because we're going to be so far behind the 8 ball. Every time it's 3-2 or 2-2 or 2-4, I'm telling you, you're going to keep seeing multiple penalties negate all those plays. I'm telling y'all. This. I'm expecting that. I'm expecting it tomorrow. I believe it's going to happen tomorrow. I know it's going to happen tomorrow. It's not even so much. It is what it is. That's how they do things. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But hopefully, prayers go out to Isaiah Likely. Hopefully, he has a speedy recovery. He's an absolutely amazing player. And I like I said, I think he's a top 3 weapon on this team. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I think it's Derrick Henry, number 1 is weapons, just because of everything he does and how much eyes are on him. Number 2, a lot of people would go with Zay, but I could argue that if Likely was given the targets, it would easily be Likely, then it would be Zay. And I know some people's going to come after me for saying that. I like Zay. Y'all know that. But Likely is him. He's just not being used heavily. But we'll see what happens moving forward now that we got this going on in Likely's, absence. Probably gonna be it's gonna probably be a lot of Mark Andrews or a lot of Kolar. Because who's gonna be that third to come in when they're tired? I don't know. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's gonna be a lot of Mark Andrews on this field. Because I don't think they're gonna trust Kolar like that. We're gonna get to see. But what do you guys think? Are you worried about that? Are you worried about Isaiah Likely being out for this game? You know what I'm saying? And how is that injury for hamstrings, especially hamstrings, how they linger, how would that affect them moving forward? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please, all right? But as always, that's an episode of The Wunderkind Show! Thank you. you for watching. Y'all know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. You don't love the comments. If you're not already, check out the TheWunderkindShow's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content goodness, wave your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And before I go any further, I want to give a big shout out to Eric Plummer, who donated $2.50. Yes! Mr. Plummer, thank you so much. Listen, I don't care what it is. It goes without saying, man, it's hard to earn right now. People have been struggling. The economy's been kind of bad. Inflation's been really high. And you guys are out there supporting me. Thank y'all so much. It's so appreciated. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? But if you would like to do what Mr. Plummer did, support this channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code. QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Netro, signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp!
Finish him, Daddy.